I'm just gonna get straight into this video because I think if I don't, I might lose my nerve and never start it. So hi, I'm Zoe. I'm gonna start by talking through a couple of my works in progress. First things first, I am working on a ruby vest. The pattern is by Sydney Graham. If you are into sewing videos on YouTube, you've probably seen her videos. I absolutely adore them. And this is actually the very first garment that I've ever tried to make. I kind of enjoyed sewing as a kid and did a little bit of it at home. We had like a kid's sewing machine that is very, very bright purple. And I did like textiles at school, and then I hadn't sewn since like year 8. And then a couple of years ago I came across this kind of gorgeous quilt online, but it was £200, and I thought, I'm gonna have a go making a quilt. So that was kind of my gateway. I started making really small, like lap-size quilts, and then I quite quickly took on a pretty major project to sew a quilt as you go, queen-sized quilt, I think it was, a double or queen-size quilt, and that was for my mum for Christmas. And since then, I just continued making quilts for family, and it's kind of gone from there. So I started off making quilts because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I thought that if I tried to make an item of clothing and it didn't fit really well, that I would absolutely hate it, not wear it, and it would be kind of a waste of time. But I've kind of developed my skills doing quilts, which I think has been really helpful. And I've finally decided that I want to have a go at making some clothes. That was a very long and rambly way of saying that is why I've started off making a ruby vest. This is actually going to be for my partner, Connor. And I know the ruby vest is like a women's pattern, I think, because it's got women's sizes. But I've measured a quilted vest that he already has, and because it's quite a straight cut, I think that just by kind of sizing up that it might fit. I have started by cutting out these kind of brown pieces. All of the linens that I've bought for my quilting projects have all been secondhand clothes. But I have done my very first order of dressmaking fabric, so I will show you that as a bit of a haul later in the video. The second thing is a small tapestry, which I've just got here behind me, which is super nearly finished, and I don't know why I put it down. Sometimes I have a habit of doing this. I don't know, maybe it's when you've been enjoying something and you kind of don't want it to end that I put it down, or maybe it's a fear of having to decide what to do next. But yeah, earlier this year I had got up to this stage. You can see the binding is literally pinned on, ready to go, and put this down. That should be a fairly quick and easy one to finish. And the last thing that's been on pause for the longest, it is 9 blocks that I've got so far. I've done all of the blocks of this gorgeous large star design. I will link the video that I followed because it's a Missouri Quilting Company video. But what kind of halted progress for me on this one, I was really struggling to find any of the patterns from the layer cake in like meter fabric by the meter to buy for the borders. So I kind of had a good look, couldn't really find a matching fabric, and then put it down and just kind of moved on to other things. I have made quite a few quilts now, about 5 or 6 quilts, and I've made none for myself. I don't have any, and I really wanted to have one for the autumn winter. I've got plenty of time to get this finished, but I'd really like to have it finished by maybe like September time. I'm going to continue on this vest for now. The next step though is I don't have any more whole pieces of secondhand fabric that are big enough to cut my other pieces. So I'm going to start by kind of cutting the biggest sections that I've got and piecing them together so that I can start cutting out my other pattern pieces for this vest. So what I've just done is cut off if there's any like real excess that I'm not going to get good big patches out of. We've got like one jumpsuit, the brown one, and then 2 pairs of linen trousers, the darker brown and this blue colour. And the next thing I'm going to do is just give these a good iron so that I can kind of do a more accurate cut to size. The ruby vest is reversible, so you cut 2 sets of like front panels and 2 backs, because then it's going to have your batting or your wadding, the quilty material in the middle. So I need to get enough material to cut 2 backs and 2 more front panels. I've now pressed all of the pieces that I've got cut out, and I need to decide how I want to patchwork them. And honestly, I don't really have much of an idea yet. I need to have a think about how I want these pieces to look. I think I'm just going to have a play around, honestly, laying some of these down and seeing what works well. It might be easier if I start off by getting some more straight edges, I think. You know what, as well, I think I might create some smaller pieces, because I think it's going to be much easier to work with a piece that's half the width of a pant leg rather than one really big long one. And even if I might have to sew a little bit more, I think I'm going to be able to get more of that patchwork effect.
I'm a shy deer in the headlights. She's coming over and I'm just standing there like, it's like a riptide on the inside. Keep it together, man, you could drown in those blue eyes. She said, hey you, isn't it funny how we always seem to meet at every place in town? Yeah, I must be lucky. I reply, you can't take me high. Maybe I just wanna see ya. I'll go anywhere, live to be there. Feels like I can fly. Think I'm gonna break the ceiling.
Okay, it is the next day now, and it took me most of yesterday afternoon to cut out all the fabric I had into these large squares, ready to piece these together to make a larger piece of fabric for my vest pieces. But before I get into that, I thought I would do a little bit of a haul to show you the fabric and threads and supplies that I have bought recently. First up, I bought this lovely black linen, and my plan with this is to make a pair of lane pants. So I'm not sure if I mentioned, but when I bought the ruby vest, I also bought the Sydney Graham lane pants pattern as well. I am kind of so new to like making clothes that I'm not very knowledgeable about patterns at all, but I just know that Sydney has a few patterns because she shares them in her videos. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to make a pair of lane pants with this black linen. Second, I bought this lovely seersucker blue cotton, which again I fancy making a pair of lane pants out of. I thought this would be a really nice summer and spring staple. Okay, third, I bought this gorgeous green linen, which I absolutely adore. And my plan with this is I'd like to buy the Sydney tie top and have a go making the Ghani dupe that Sydney has a video on. So I'm going to attempt to make a lovely top with this green, and I thought this would go so nicely with the black lane pants as well. So fingers crossed, we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping by the time I've made at least 2 of the lane pants that one of them might be good. And last but not least, I've got this gorgeous green and white mini check in a cotton. And with this, I thought I'd have a go making a pair of shorts. So yeah, really excited about all of that fabric. If you're enjoying this, do like and subscribe if you want to see how my journey with continuing to attempt to follow patterns goes. And as well as the fabric, I made an order from Wool Warehouse, which is where I buy quite a lot of the hand quilting cottons that I like. In this house we have quite a lot of plain wool still, and I was watching an Alexandra Gator Studio Fix video. I'll put a little image here of the painting in one of those that I really liked, which had this vibrant blue in. I've also just finished reading Enter Ghost by Isabella Hamad, and that book also has like a lovely royal blue on the cover, and I've obviously just been inspired by these blues and had an idea to do a tapestry with a neutral background and some really nice vibrant blue hand quilting. My favourite hand quilting cotton is this DMC Cotton Pearl in size 8. And I bought colour number 825. I got 798, slightly lighter one. I got 517 and a bit of a darker blue, 796. And also I've obviously, as well as blue, been on a bit of a green theme with the fabric because I picked up thread number 904 as well. And I just picked up some standard Gutermann sewing threads because I am really quickly running out of just normal kind of sewing cotton and sewing threads, and some trusty needle threaders because I broke one of mine and I was down to the last one, and sometimes I really need these. Now it's time for me to actually crack on and start piecing together some of these patchwork squares. Okay, it's a few days later now and I have finally finished sewing together all my patchwork pieces to make the larger pieces of fabric, which means that I'm ready to cut out my next vest pieces. I'm a little bit nervous about this next step because while I've made plenty of fabric to cut out the pieces that I need, I haven't made enough to get it wrong. So I need to take my time and make sure that I cut these pieces out as accurately as possible. I think I mentioned earlier that this is the first time that I've followed a pattern. So when I cut these front pieces out, what I did was I laid my pattern piece down and simply cut around it. But I found that I was like slicing off little bits of paper all the way around, which maybe that's a rookie error. So this time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay my pieces down and draw around them with chalk and then use that line as a guide. I also don't have any pattern weights, so I've been using some of the pots behind me, because that's another one of my hobbies, is collecting pottery. So I've got plenty of cute little bowls to use as my pattern weights. Not the most practical. And I think if you're interested, in a future video, I'm gonna try and make some pattern weights, because I actually also have some out-of-date rice that I've saved, and I think that might work well inside my pattern weights. So yeah, next step is gonna be to trace out these pattern pieces and get them cut out.
I get the feeling it's a good night. It's so bright. The city's shining from the street lights. So let's live it up, pick it up, just call me up. Say anything and I'm down. We're just like a fire, and we'll just pick it up, live it up, don't wanna stop. We'll keep it going all night. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I have on to dance in the rain. Yeah, I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the ceiling, close your eyes and just play. And now we sway, we just sway. And now we sway, we just sway. Don't stop now, we're like the riddle in the sky. Can't you see? Fly high, don't think we're ever coming down. So let's live it up, pick it up, just call me up. Say anything and I'm down. We're just like a fire, and we'll just pick it up, live it up, don't wanna stop. We'll keep it going all night. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I have on to dance in the rain. Yeah, I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the ceiling, close your eyes and just play. And now we sway, and we just sway. And now we sway, and we just sway. Levitating with you, anything can happen. What you think we should do? Let tonight begin. We're just flying high, we're not coming down. Come right up next to me, step aside to side, I wanna sway. Yeah, we can dance the night away, right? Want to dance in the rain. Yeah, I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the ceiling, close your eyes and just play. And now we sway, and we just sway. And now we sway, and we just sway.
Okay, I have finally finished cutting out all my vest pieces, and if you have made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed making it, and I know there'll be more to come very soon, because today for me actually, I am going to be taking the next steps and seeing how much of this vest I can get sewn together. So stay tuned for that one. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.